King Krule is a 28-year-old musician from London. He recently just released his newest album, Space Heavy, and is touring around the US. Today, I'll be reviewing King Krule's third studio album, titled Man Alive. Let's start off with the first track on this album, titled Cellular is about losing connection with loved ones and losing connection with the outside world as it seems to fall apart around you. Cellular is definitely one of the tracks on the album that is totally up to your interpretation, and you can tie it in with any factor of your life.
We have to rise above.
The second track on the album, titled Supermarsh, I believe, or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, not too sure, but it is about propaganda and brainwashing with the media, and you hear some of the raw effects of that in places like a supermarket. And to be honest, I really don't listen to this track all too much, but it is still obviously a great King Krule song, and this whole album, you will see some pattern going on as I explain each track, but each of them are so different because of the lyrics, and, although the melodies may be, may have their similarities, they do definitely have their differences.
I ran out of way home that night, ran out of way home, right back.
The third track on the album, titled Stoned Again, is about growing up and getting into weed and eventually just realizing you're stoned again. King Krule used to smoke weed when he was younger, but has since stopped because it made him anxious about things he wouldn't normally be anxious about. I had to include the live version of this song because I feel that it is more raw and emotional. It just really captures the meaning of the song as a whole rather than the studio version. And don't get me wrong, I still like the studio version, just not as much for those reasons. And this is one of my favorites off of this album. I've been listening to it for a couple of years now, and I really only listen to the live version ever. The fourth track off of Man Alive is called Comet Face, and in this song, King Krule wakes up in a park to find someone dead on the ground nearby, and it is implied that he has killed these people in some kind of frenzied state of mind.
I wasn't sure at all why our love becomes sorrow when we're this free.
The fifth track off of this album is called The Dream, and King Krule has said that this song is a transition of a song, and he says that the song can manifest in any way that it has to.
The person you're calling, is on another line. Just leave your message after the tone, and when you're done, press hash or just hang up.
The sixth song off of this album is called Perfecto Miserable. This song is a desperate love song, and because the song starts out with a ringing phone going to a voicemail, it implies that the person is not picking up or is not there, and what follows are his fears of struggling with dark thoughts when he's not with the person.
Take it deep, feel low, take your time.
In the seventh track, titled Alone Omen 3, he states that there's nothing wrong with being down because time will heal everything. This song is reassuring and a change of pace, considering some of the other songs are the opposite or not seen or taken in the same way that this song is.
You're the only one, so thy gaze never must have left.
This track is the eighth one on this album, and it is called Slinky. There is no meaning that I can find on any website, but I get the sense of him losing a love interest either to a death or to a breakup, and then going through the feelings of missing her and not noticing anyone else around him, and how she was the main focus for him. This is the ninth track off of the album, and it is called Airport Antennal Airplane. I'm pretty sure I said that correctly. I don't even know. but it is a smooth and meditative song. Upon King Krule's return to London after receiving support from his second album, The Ooze, and then touring the US, he found out he was going to be a father. This song could be about that flight to London when he says,
JFK out to Heathrow.
and his resulting complications. The next track is called Don't Let the Dragon Drag On. This is a reference to an episode of Adventure Time, and the meaning of the song is being depressed at home, and it's juxtaposed with the idea of there being some horrible creature outside preventing you from leaving the house. The creature is the drag, a blue monster, which acts as the depression. This song is called Theme for the Cross, and the meaning of this song is the overwhelming influence the media has on our lives and how it shapes our perceptions of the world around us.
Under the underclass, deep beneath it all.
The 12th track off of this album is called Underclass. This song is about being or feeling the lowest of the low. Overall, he is in an unhealthy relationship and wants to escape the cycle but still sees her.
Why stop reading when the page is about to turn?
This song is called Energy Fleets. This song can be up to one's interpretation, just like a good chunk of King Krule's songs in my opinion, but one person on Reddit had said that they believe it is pertaining to ironic life moments, but it could also be a feeling that life is not that serious.
We don't have love till this earth is dry.
This track is the last track off of the album, which makes it the 14th track, so it's a pretty good, number of songs off of this album, I must say, and it is called Please Complete Thee. And there is a prevalent sense of loneliness in this song, and I get a sense of eeriness and emptiness with this song as well. And this song is seemingly addressed to a lost lover, and King Krule expresses a desperate desire to feel whole in a world that to him lacks any promise.
Please complete me.
Overall, this album is very abstract, but also carries a sense of sadness, eeriness, pessimism, and a trying to break the pattern but can't vibe throughout the entire album. In a few songs, there's a sense of positivity or optimism, but then it sort of circles back around to the depressing feeling that you get from the first few songs. This album is perfect for anybody that needs to relate to some lyrics because of a negative personal experience, or anyone who may be going through a predicament and needs to feel heard or understood, and it is also perfect for anybody who loves a good chaotic, yet melodic melody. Some of the melodies in the songs are repetitive at times, but each song definitely differs from the other, and the lyrics in each song help each of them stand out.